Today I am reviewing the Redtiger F7NA. It is their new model for the F7 line, because I say that I still do have an F7. In this car I used to run the two-way F7. I got that one a couple of years ago, and I've been running it on this Ford ever since I got it. And I liked it. It was a simple camera, but at the same time didn't sacrifice anything. Had good quality, easy to work with, interacted with the app, and I was kind of eager to see what the update brought. So the update promised an enlarged screen, because this is the old camera. And if we could just compare it side by side, the screen did grow. The screen is also touch screen, which for me is one of my favorite things. It makes it a lot easier to interact with the camera, as much as this one, it had these 3 buttons on the side that I can navigate around with. I mostly use my phone to interact with this camera and download footage. Here it's a lot easier if I want to adjust any of the settings on it to go right on the touch screen and be navigating in between. And when you go inside, you have really easy control over a lot more settings than the previous one had. So the F7NA provides the ADAS system, which is certain safety measures. So the ADAS will help you with collision prevention, stop and go traffic, lane departure. Inside of it, you can even go in and calibrate what speed you want it at, what sensitivity you want it at. In case your car has, maybe more stiffer shocks or less stiff, you can calibrate those safety features to really suit the vehicle. Or if you just don't want them, maybe you don't like the camera looking out for you, or you already have that as part of your car, you can just turn it off. Some of the other things that I've been noticing on it, the video quality is also better. The last one, again, video quality I did not have any problems with, but here the video quality has increased. Furthermore, the Wi-Fi speed has also increased, making downloading a little bit quicker, which is great. You need to download footage. It's very easy to do. You connect Wi-Fi to your phone. In your phone, you just go in, find the footage you want, and you can download it right to the gallery, which makes it easy to do. Besides also the video quality increasing, they also increased the night vision quality, which for me is kind of important. Although I do my driving in the inner city where it's fairly well lit, when I do go outside, which I do often, it helps to have that enhanced, because sometimes in the dark of night, whether it's a deer or it's another driver, better night vision does help catch every moment in case you need it. Installation on it was pretty straightforward, and to be honest, I just took out the path that I had the old wires, put in the new ones in the kit. They gave me everything I needed, which pretty much is very standard. I had the pry tool, I had the front, the rear, a few mounting options. I went with a suction cup because I really like the suction on it. Right now I have it positioned in a way where and the old one I used to have right here on the driver's side. Now I moved it to the passenger side, and I have it kind of hidden behind the mirror. So while I drive, it's not obscuring my range of vision, but at the same time, its vision is not obscured. It still has the full wide angle shot that it can capture. It does offer parking mode on it. You would need a hardwire kit, an ACC kit. Redtiger offers one of those. It doesn't come with a memory card, so Redtiger does offer one of those. I personally did prefer the Redtiger SD card, because anytime I install a dash camera, if there is a manufacturer SD card for it, I just prefer to go that way. I find that they communicate better. I'm not sure if there's any actual truth behind it, just my preference personally. So far I haven't been finding any issues with it. I enjoy how it's been functioning. It's been very low fuss. Don't have to do anything with it. It sits there, it watches, and again, if you live anywhere, whether it's inner city, upstate, always have a dash camera recording. Whether it's going to be other drivers, acts of God, when there's a storm and trees or deer or anything like that. A lot of things can happen on the road. We've all seen examples of this, and there's no reason not to have an extra set of eyes just having your back, because the last thing you want to do is get into a fender bender and have to explain later who's at fault, when if you have a camera watching, you have all the footage right there. It speaks for itself, and you don't need to get into any kind of discussions with that person that you may have gotten to the incident with. So far I've been using it for about a month, and in the month's period, no complaints. It's been doing what I expected. I like the little upgrades. I'm still holding on to my old F7. Personally, I'm going to be using this guy for travel. He's on a suction cup, so anytime I go abroad or anytime I travel within the States, I just like to grab a dash camera, plug it in, and same thing, I have just some basic peace of mind in case anything does happen. And this guy, for the two plus years I've had him, no problems, just worked as he should. I have no reason to get rid of him. He's going to keep on serving, and the Ford gets the upgraded version. So overall, I hope you guys found this helpful. If you're on the fence about whether the F7NA is worth getting, hopefully that helped answer your questions. I will probably be doing another update, another review. I like to do that after I initially get a camera in about like 6 months or so. So if you are curious, stay posted. I should have in another half a year another update. Otherwise, stay safe on the road.